Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going deep on advertising.
Sounds fun.
It is. We're diving into Confessions of an Advertising Man by David Ogilvy. Or, well, the highlights at least.
Ah, Ogilvy, a legend. Even though the book's from way back, his ideas still resonate today.
Right, it's like he tapped into something timeless about how people react to messages.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're going to cover leading an ad agency, getting and keeping clients, and creating those standout campaigns.
Sounds like a plan.
But first, I gotta ask, Ogilvy started as a chef.
He did. It's not your typical path to Madison Avenue,
Not at all.
but it actually shaped how he led his agency, working under Monsieur Petard, this super demanding Parisian chef.
Ooh la la.
It really instilled in him leading by example, inspiring your team by showing them, not just telling.
Makes sense. Like that story about Ogilvy letting that young chef watch the French president enjoy his souffle.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
It
one.
wasn't just the food, but the impact, the bigger picture. Did Ogilvy actually, create ads himself to show his team?
He did. Every now and then he'd show them what excellence looked like.
Yeah.
But it was more than that. He learned from Petard how impactful, carefully chosen praise could be.
Not just throwing compliments around.
Exactly. Making them feel earned, valued.
So when Ogilvy praised you, you knew you'd nailed it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But his hiring philosophy, that's what I find really interesting, that Matryoshka doll thing.
Right. He'd give each board member these nested dolls and say, "That's you. Open it up."
And inside.
A smaller doll. And so on. It was a visual of his belief in hiring people better than him. Building a company of, well, giants.
He wasn't intimidated by talent, he embraced it.
Exactly. Sought it out.
Makes sense if you want to be an industry leader, surrounding yourself with people who push you.
Absolutely.
Didn't he say something like, if you're the smartest person in the room, you need a bigger room?
He did. He truly believed it created a culture of excellence.
Yeah.
Constant learning. Advertising needs that creative spark, even if it's a little, out there.
Totally. And he went all out to cultivate that talent, right? Calling people whose ads he admired just to tell them.
Yes. Can you imagine getting a call from David Ogilvy praising your work?
Yeah.
No wonder so many ended up working for him. He knew how to build a team, a positive environment for creativity.
All this focus on quality over quantity seems counterintuitive in the advertising world. Was he okay with a smaller client list?
He was. He believed it let him dedicate the best people to each client, getting exceptional results, building relationships, not just chasing every potential client.
Makes sense. Going all in on a select group, delivering top-notch work, building a strong brand, not just chasing quick wins.
Exactly. It shows his long-term vision, commitment to quality, both in the work and the relationships.
So we've seen how Ogilvy's unique start shaped his leadership style, but how did he convince clients to sign up? Was it just his reputation?
Well, that helped, but he wasn't afraid to stir things up. Ogilvy believed in being bold, giving speeches that made headlines, sparked conversations.
Like when he slammed college advertising courses.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he offer a $10,000 reward to help start a proper school that would issue licenses to practice?
Talk about creating buzz.
Right. It might seem controversial, and you might disagree with him, but it got people talking about Ogilvy and his agency, positioning him as a thought leader.
It's not enough to be good. People need to know you're good. But didn't he also use market research to win over clients?
He did. Like with Helena Rubinstein, the beauty mogul. He analyzed her campaigns, found their weaknesses, and presented his own data-driven solutions, showing his expertise.
So it's not just, we're great, trust us. He had data and a plan.
Exactly.
Impressive. Once he got a client, did he hand them off to a junior team?
Not at all. He believed in putting his best people on existing accounts, nurturing those relationships. Remember, quality over quantity.
That theme again. Building a partnership, not just landing the client. I wonder if the agencies thriving today are the ones who prioritize those long-term relationships.
It's an interesting thought.
But let's talk about the campaigns he created, the heart of it all.
Okay, let's dive into that. Okay, so Ogilvy's campaigns, what made them stand out?
Yeah, did he have a secret formula?
Well, not exactly a formula, more like a philosophy. He believed in focusing on the product itself, not just being clever or flashy.
So substance over style.
Right. He wanted people to read his ads and think, I need that, not that was a clever ad.
But how do you make, dishwasher detergent exciting without gimmicks?
That's where his understanding of psychology comes in, highlighting benefits that resonate with people's desires, their problems. And those headlines, oh man, he was a master.
Speaking of headlines, he had that quote right about spending 80 cents of your dollar on the headline.
He did. On the average, 5 times as many people read the headline as read the body copy. When you have written your headline, you have spent 80 cents out of your dollar.
Wow, that's powerful.
Think about it. You scroll through your feed, so much information. The headline's what makes you stop.
Totally. Gotta grab people's attention. What were some of his secrets?
Targeted keywords were huge. Selling a cold remedy. The word cold D better be in your headline.
Straight to the point.
Exactly. And making a compelling promise. Addressing a desire or a problem. Like the headline for Helena Rubinstein's hormone cream. How women over 35 can look younger.
Ooh, that's good. Direct, a benefit-specific audience.
Right. And he wasn't afraid to add some emotion. Like the Dove shower gel ad.
Darling, I'm having the most extraordinary experience. I'm head over heels in Dove-E.
That's playful. Still highlights the experience.
It piques your curiosity. Did he always use short headlines?
Yeah, were there times he went long?
He wasn't afraid of a long headline if it worked. He was proud of this one for Rolls-Royce. At 60 miles an hour, the loudest noise in the new Rolls-Royce comes from the electric clock.
Wow, that's a mouthful. But it paints a picture, luxury, quiet ride.
Exactly. A long headline can work if it's well crafted. But okay, you got their attention with the headline. How do you keep them reading?
Yeah, the body copy has to deliver. Right. Ogilvy's advice was simple but brilliant. Right like you're talking to a friend.
Makes sense. Be relatable. Offer advice, not just hard selling.
Exactly, like you're explaining it at a dinner party.
No jargon, just human talk.
And specifics. Facts. Don't just say it's great, show why. Evidence, testimonials.
Building trust. We can all spot a fake sales pitch.
For sure. But words aren't everything. Ogilvy knew visuals were powerful too.
He used striking images, right?
Yes. High-quality photos, illustrations, layouts that were both eye-catching and easy to read.
The headline hooks you, the visual reels you in. Do these strategies still work today? We're not just reading magazines anymore.
It's amazing, but they really do. Understanding your audience, clear communication, building trust, those are timeless.
He cracked the code, print ad, or social media posts.
Absolutely.
We've only scratched the surface of Ogilvy's wisdom. His book has so much more to offer.
It really does.
But before we send you off to read it, let's leave you with something to think about. How can you apply Ogilvy's ideas in your own life? Not just in advertising, but like everyday life.
Yeah, it's not just for marketing folks.
Right. Clear communication, knowing your audience, building trust, those are useful anywhere.
Totally. Whether you're pitching an idea at work, writing a blog post, or even convincing a friend to try a new restaurant.
It's Ogilvy's stuff outside of advertising.
Exactly. Be clear, know your audience, highlight the benefits. And stories. Stories are powerful.
Don't be afraid to tell a good story. You don't have to be like some marketing guru to communicate well.
We're all communicating all the time. Why not learn from the best?
Make those messages count. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the mind of David Ogilvy. Hope you got some good insights and new appreciation for good communication.
And maybe, just maybe, you'll check out his book, Confessions of an Advertising Man. So much to learn there.
Until next time, keep diving deep and keep those conversations going.